Hello, my name is Kieran and this is the story of how I learned how to snowboard from a complete beginner to semi-pro, nearly at X Games level type skill. Nah, I'm just chatting shit to be fair. Yeah, so essentially I'm not the best in the world, but I feel like I've come a long way from where I started originally, which was just being scared, stuck on the hill. And yeah, I kind of just want to give you a little insight into how it all began, how I even ended up in Canada in the first place, how I went from not knowing how to snowboard at all, knowing anything about it, to actually really enjoying it and it becoming like the main thing, my favorite thing to do, because it's just amazing. And I shall tell you why. So yeah, I'm originally from South London, born and raised in Brixton. Some of you may know it's quite rough, not famous for its snowboarding or its mountains or anything like that. But yeah, it's where I'm from. And one day, I just decided that I needed a change of pace. I needed to get out of the country. So my friend invited me to go to Canada on a working holiday. So yeah, after a few months, I got my things and moved halfway across the world with only knowing that one guy who lived there, and I cannot thank him enough for inviting me over there, because it changed my life. It was amazing. Now the reason I'm making this video is just because I kind of want to give people a little insight who's never snowboarded before or who's thinking about starting, just about how I started as someone who didn't even know what snowboarding was really, like how it worked and who done it and stuff like that, and kind of, you know, reflecting on that and just try and give them a little bit of insight on how, if they're even remotely curious, a bit more information on that. So yeah, let's talk about how it all began. So just for a little bit of context, I was born with like a bone condition essentially, which made my bone density a lot lower than everyone else's. So I was prone to fractures and everything like that. So yeah, I've got like scars on my arms and my legs and stuff like that from where I've been breaking my bones growing up. But after some medical treatment growing up, it's pretty much back to normal density levels, which is amazing. So I can actually do activities like that, which is it's changed my life. So with that said, obviously you can imagine like I would be the least likely person to ever get on a snowboard because, you know, I could just fall over and break a bone. But now everything's fine. Now the bone density is good. I can do whatever. But I was never really exposed to like contact sports or, you know, stuff that would potentially get me hurt or break a bone or whatever. So this was completely out of my element. I'm so used to like gaming and you know, just activities where I'm not gonna hurt myself. So yeah, this was completely new to me. So I never even thought it was in the realm of possibility for me to ever jump on a snowboard and, you know, ride the mountains. So yeah, when I got to Banff, I met a load of people, amazing people. Banff is the town I was working in, by the way. Really small town in Alberta. Lovely, amazing people, so welcoming. It's a very touristy town. It's got 3 main mountains. You've got Sunshine, which is this one right here. Really, that's my favorite. That's the only one I've really been to anyway. And there's Lake Louise, and there's Mount Norquay, which I heard is good. I went tubing there once, which is really fun. But yeah, I got a discount for a season pass through my workplace, and everyone else that I knew was getting one, so I was just like, I might as well. And I got gifted a snowboard as well from a friend who was leaving, so I was just like, there's quite literally no reason why I shouldn't go. So let's fast forward to the first day on the mountain. It wasn't eventful at all. So I went on the Bunny Hill, which is like the beginner mountain, or not the mountain, beginner slope, rather, because obviously I had no experience. And I spent 90% of my time just sat there panicking because it was so, like, scared for my life, really. It was mad because Harvey, my mate, he was teaching me how to, you know, the basics and stuff, but I wasn't really picking it up at all. I was just like sat there just scared that I was gonna hit someone, or scared that I was gonna you know, go through like a railing or something like that and just embarrass myself. So I was just like, no progress was made that day. I did like 1, maybe 2 runs and then ended up in Trappers, which is like the bar that's there. So yeah, that was a very unsuccessful first day, but I mean, I had fun. It was a bit panicky, but yeah, it was just a lot of scared, like I was just really scared that I was gonna get hurt. And that was like that for the first few times I went up there. So over the next few days, went a few more times, and then eventually made it to the first proper hill, which was like, you know, Strawberry. I'm not sure if you've ever been on it, but it's like the step up from the bunny hill. And yeah, Strawberry, there's a few ways to go down, and I'm pretty sure I was using the wrong board, the wrong equipment, and it kind of made it a lot harder for me, especially when I'm scared to shit already. So yeah, I was just doing laps of Strawberry, but very slowly. I'll probably do like 1 or maybe 2 a day, just sitting on my ass most of the time, not really knowing what I'm doing, and yeah, trying to make as much progress as I can. But just that fear of hurting myself was just lingering over my head. So I was just like, right, how am I gonna start shredding more? How am I gonna get off my ass less? I need to get over this fear. So what I did was essentially started listening to people's advice about what I'm supposed to be doing in regards to like my posture, the technique and that, and it really did help when I started listening, because at the beginning you can get a bit like carried away of just like in your own head and not listening to what other people are trying to tell you, because you're like no, actually no, I'm too scared, I don't, like you kind of just get lost and distracted. But when you actually listen to what people are saying, like, oh yeah, just use your heels and then your toes or whatever, the actual technique just goes all out the window. And if you don't listen, but if you actually listen, then you kind of pick up on it, and then it's really like learning the basics before anything, because as soon as you learn the basics, then the rest will like take care of itself, because you know it's all originating from simple movements. So yeah, I started going on YouTube, really getting into it, listening to all types of creators. They're really helpful, because you know there's only so many minutes someone can try and teach you the same thing over and over before they want to start doing like laps themselves. But I am so grateful that those people helped me do that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not amazing at snowboarding, but I'm a lot better than what I ever thought I could be. So I think that's good in my books, I reckon. But yeah, the main thing that I would say made a difference is that I kept going, even if it was like I didn't really want to go, but I just kept going over and over and over and over again, showed up every time I could, just to, you know, get on the mountain, make sure, you know, I'm practicing rather than like having fun, because you could just try and go down the thing and have fun, but no, it's all about trying to learn the technique, sticking to it, and actually showing up, because you can't really learn on YouTube or TikTok or whatever you're learning from. Like, you can't learn from a video. You can learn the theory, but putting it into work, you need to do it yourself, getting that muscle memory in and all of that. That's really important. So yeah. Also, listening to music really helped. Probably not the best advice to be given, but for me, I had Apple earpods, which are like the wired earpods, and I kept it under like my helmet, just one, and I had one dangling, which caused me so much trouble. But the music itself, like, just I have a snowboarding playlist with like loads of like white girl kind of music, like Carly Rae Jepsen and all that shit, you know, mad, like Britney Spears, Toxic, all that stuff. We had like a collaborative playlist, so we just add music onto it, and the whiter the better, you know what I mean? So yeah, that playlist really did help, because you kind of get your mind out of that like fear, and then you just like, right, you know, it's like when you're in a gym and you're not listening to music, you're kind of not really in the zone. Well, I'm not anyway. But when you're in the mountain, you listen to music, like, right, cool, I'm in a good zone, I'm in a good place, let's work, let's do some shredding type shit, you know? And I heard a lot, like, snowboarding's like 20% skill, 80% balls, and I really think that's true. Like, trying to, you know, throw yourself on a mountain when your feet are stuck at a certain width, and, you know, trying to curve, and, you know, if you do something wrong, you can break a lot of bones or hurt yourself really bad. It's all about your confidence, and it does make a massive difference. But yeah, I wouldn't say it's too much in terms of skill. It's more, how ballsy are you? How much are you willing to put yourself at risk of getting hurt, really? But yeah, so as I said, I just I've just done the Banff Sunshine Village, which is a really big resort from my experience of one resort. And I used to go up the Angel chairlift, which is now, I think it's called the Super Angel Express or something like that. And I used to do laps of that every single day, and it was amazing. That was my favorite thing to do, just to had a little spot where I go around, and then I would just beeline straight down and either go into the park and watch people do the park, or just, you know, it's a big like open landscape, so you can just do like really big curves and stuff. Anyways, yeah, that's just like my favorite run there. Yeah, snowboarding is really good because it kind of teaches you a lot about let's say it teaches you a lot about dedication. Like if you stick to something and you keep trying to improve on it, then one day it's just gonna click and you're gonna be like, oh my god, I had no idea I could do that, and now look at me, I am shredded, I'm keeping up with everyone and I'm enjoying it, which is crazy. Like it makes you feel like, fucking hell, if I can do this, what else can I do? Like what if I can throw myself off a mountain, which is not a massive deal to some people, but to me it was like huge, because it's like something I never thought I would be able to do. It's just like, if I can do that, then what else am I capable of? And maybe if I stick to other things, I can see myself going far in that sort of aspect. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it taught me a lot about myself. And yeah, it also taught me like, it doesn't matter if you're good or not, it's just about not giving up. As I said, like if you keep showing up, you will see results. Like even if it's like 1% per day, 2%, 3%, 4%, if you keep going, it just all adds up. It's all, you know, it all accumulates over time. And in a month's time, if you show up at least like 3-4 times a week, then it's damn near impossible not to see yourself improve even in the littlest bit, and it all compounds into a big result at the end. And you know, learn at your own pace, don't push yourself too far, but you know, if you put into work what you've studied and learned and stuff like that, then you're gonna go far and it's gonna be good. Also, I thought it would be worth to mention, chairlifts were the scariest thing for me. Getting off a fucking chairlift with one foot strapped in, one out, I still, to this day, I can't get my head around it. Like I'm constantly falling over and, you know, trying to like, I'm catching edges coming off. It's just, it never clicked for me. So in my second season, I'm gonna try and improve on that, trying to ride without my foot into the back strap. Just like, you know, try and one foot it and see how, I think it's called skating. I'm gonna try and practice a lot of that, just because that's one point I know I'm very weak at and I really want to improve. But yeah, that shit's scary, man. Now, looking back, if I was to do anything differently, I would probably get an instructor, because, you know, learning by yourself is one thing, but if you learn with an instructor, it would really accelerate your progress, and it allowed me to have a lot more fun throughout the season, because I kind of picked it up towards the later half of the season, meaning that I didn't have a lot of time to really enjoy a lot of it, just because I spent a lot of it learning. And of course, you know, you got to give yourself time, but you know, when I'm there only for a limited amount, I kind of should have thought, right, let's get an instructor, then I will learn a lot quicker, and then I can have more time in the long run, you know. So that was probably one thing I would change. And yeah, any advice for anyone starting out would probably, you know, as I said before, show up every day, no matter what you do really, but for snowboarding, just like, to show up to the mountain, do what you can, don't push yourself too crazy, don't hurt yourself, just show up and do as much as you feel comfortable with, and put into practice what you've learned online or from your friends, and just like, you know, master the basics before you get onto anything too crazy. So yeah, and I think what the main thing is having fun, because if you're not having fun, then what's the point really? Don't force yourself to like something because everyone else is doing it. It's like, I love it. That's why I kept showing up, because I love being on the mountain with my boys. I love just like going down these long groomed runs and just like the massive landscapes. I was just like, this is so me, with the music. And you know, if I could skateboard, I probably would like that as well, but I would probably never pick up skateboarding. That shit's dangerous. Yeah, you fall into snow, you're fine. If you fall into concrete, yeah, I'm definitely gonna hurt myself. So yeah, snowboarding is probably gonna be the best thing to experience that kind of motion. Yeah, to be fair, snowboarding has kind of changed my lifestyle a lot, because being on that mountain has made me realize I am massively unfit, as well as hiking over there. It's just like really not my VO2 max, I don't even know, really low. So I'm working on it at the moment, trying to increase my cardiovascular health. I don't know what it's called, just my VO2, might get myself less out of breath from doing that kind of stuff. And it's gone, you know, it's going well. I'm doing a lot of work for it, hitting the gym, doing a lot of running, a lot of active stuff. And yeah, it just made me realize that, as you can see in these clips, like just me huffing and puffing away all the time, it's just like, it's a madness. So yeah, and also if you're thinking of starting and you think you're kind of a bit too old for it now, I wouldn't think that. I mean, I started when I was 24, which is it's quite late for some people. I know some people that start when they're 18, 19, 20, or even younger, when on holiday with their parents. Like, don't think because you're like 26, 27, 30, late 30s, 40 old. Even I've seen older people, like elderly people, like snowboarding or skiing, mainly skiing, but yeah, I've seen people of all ranges. So don't think that would play a factor into anything. Like, you can do it if you really want to. If you want to do it, just go for it. Like, so yeah, I really hoped you liked that little insight. So yeah, this is just the beginning. This channel is not just going to be about snowboarding, it's going to be about things I like to talk about. So gaming, traveling, and my dream is to get a little van and just travel around, like Australia, like New Zealand, Canada, even Scotland. Like, I was in the Scottish Highlands the other week, and I was just like, I would love to just get a van and just travel around. So that's the dream, that's what I'm kind of working towards at the moment. So yeah, I've got a season in Banff coming up, so you're going to see a lot more of that in a few months time, but in the meantime I'll be reflecting on my previous time in Banff and a lot of other stuff in my life. So I really do hope you enjoy this. If you've ever snowboarded before, drop a comment, let me know. I want to hear everything about it, or if you've got any questions, by no means I'm not an expert. But if you've got a question about moving to Canada or potentially doing a season out there, let me know and I'll try to help you where I can. I'll be replying to everyone. So yeah, just engage and I'll see what I can do for you. And also, if you're into gaming, if you're into travel or just like general lifestyle stuff, just stick around if you want. This is just a start. I've got a lot more coming, a lot more video ideas and everything that I want to put into practice. This is brand new for me, so I'm really looking forward to producing stuff for you guys. I really do hope you enjoyed, and yeah, hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.